I was gifted this TV stand. It's a really high quality veneer piece with a lot of solid wood on it, actually. So it is extremely heavy. It was beat up and it has been sitting in my garage for over a year. And I am finally ready to update it. This video is part of a YouTube challenge and collaboration hosted by Angie over at Transcend Furniture Gallery. All of my prep work is first, cleaning, sanding, cleaning again, and then I am using just a mist tint paint that I picked up at, I believe it was Lowe's, and it's like a very neutral beigey color. This is just a latex paint and it is in a flat finish, so it almost feels very matte or similar to a chalk paint. This challenge is called the Charity Challenge, and we are to take the profits that we make off of the piece that we create and donate it to a charity of our choice. I completely sanded all of the old finish off of the top to expose the veneer and all the beautiful wood grain, and I'm going to be doing a paint wash on it. I'm taking some of this Paint Couture brand paint and I'm mixing some water in with it. And then I just kind of dump it on there. And then I spread it out with my paintbrush. I have done paint washes in so many different ways, and it's really pretty much one of those things that it works no matter how you do it. I'm using my mister bottle. I'm getting that paint wet so I can just kind of spread it out and cover all of the veneer. Yeah, it's so super easy. I want to take a quick second and talk about the charity that I will be donating to. It is called Project Sweet Peas. I am making my donation in my nephew Jordan's name. He was a premature baby and he will be celebrating his 17th birthday up in heaven in February. For the next part, I will be working with Das Air Dry Clay. And all I am doing is rolling out some snakes. I'm rolling these out into some thin, skinny, long snakes. I'm measuring them by holding them up onto the inserts on the drawers. And then I'm taking a flathead screwdriver and just cutting the segments with the flathead screwdriver. I'm lining them up to the snakes and just making my segments as I go. I made quite a few of these little segments to line the inserts on my drawers. One thing I do recommend is that you make your segments a little bit bigger than the insides of the drawer inserts because the air dry clay does shrink up quite a bit and it will leave you with a gap if you don't kind of smush it in there when you glue everything in. I'm using Gorilla brand wood glue, which is my favorite. I'm not sponsored or anything, but I just love this glue. And I'm just putting a small amount. You want to make sure you do not put a ton because it will start to pool down at the bottom of the drawer inserts. So don't use a ton. Use a small amount. That's all you really need anyways. And then I'm gluing my segments on into the drawer inserts. And again, this is where it's important to make sure your segments are a little bit bigger than the inserts because they will shrink up. I just want to give a little bit more information about the charity that I will be donating to. Project Sweet Peas, they help support families with premature babies and families that are coping with infant loss or pregnancy loss by either supplying food relief or transportation gas relief for NICU visits and or giving families gifts as such as memory boxes or things like that to kind of help cope with the loss of an infant or pregnancy. Where the holes are for my drawer pulls, I just made sure I cut my segments shorter and I left enough room for my drawer pull to be inserted in between them. I'm just going to use my fingers to kind of smooth everything off, as well as a toothpick as a tool to kind of push in anything that might be sticking out a little bit further than it needs to be, or just needs to be leveled off a little bit more. You may also have noticed that I don't tape off my glass, and I do have a lot of paint on my glass. And I don't do that because the paint comes off so easily with some Windex or soap and water, or just kind of taking your fingernail and scratching it off. So I never tape off glass or mirrors or anything when I paint them, because it's just as easy to clean it as it is to take the time to tape everything off. I added my drawer pulls, and then lastly, I waxed everything. And that was it, you guys. Thank you so much, Angie, for hosting this challenge. I will put the playlist down in the description below, as well as on the end screen. Make sure you check out that and watch all the amazing artists that will be joining this challenge. I will also put the link to the charity that I will be donating to in case you want to donate yourself. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you liked my flip. Let me know what you think down in the comments. And I hope you all have a wonderful day. Thanks, you guys. Bye.